You held your breath, glassy eyes, gazing over the dark space you're forced yourself into. Unable to lock in your necessarily for air, you let a shaky breath escape, licking your dry lips, your chest moving up and down, trying to inch a muscle was close to impossible. The tiny locker eventually grew to suffocating, but you did not care. You weren't prepared to go anywhere. You'd rather die in this awful locker instead of those creatures eating you. Sounds of someone approaching had you halt every intake of air, pressing your palm to your lips. Staying completely still, hearing one of the lockers open, your heart pounded harder. Eyes... God, I'm so sorry, I keep yawning. Eyes circumstantially widened. You prayed it wasn't one of those things. You were aware they were mindless, or at least it seemed like so. They were just some nonsensical creatures. You gulped, listening to any noise. Your heart dropped as a locker is wrenched open. You stare up, terrified. What the hell are you doing in there? The guy with furrowed eyebrows. Hiding, you said. You're not doing a very good job at it, extra. He stares, glaring down at you. I guess. You look down, gulping, doing your hardest to relax your pounding heart. Gosh, I'm so sorry for the yawning. Who are you? What do I look like, huh, miss? A military guy? You said with non-certainty. The one who's about to save your ass without as much as your consent. He grabs your arm, pulling you up to your legs. Horrified, you attempted to pull away. I hate myself for yawning. But to pull away. No, I don't want to go outside. Those creatures, you said. Don't you want your ass to be saved? You gotta be eaten up if you stay here anyways, he shouted in front of your face. With you? I feel like I might just die out there, you retorted. Not like I'm going to let you die, extra. I got hundreds of batches for saving dozens and dozens of people, he continued. Either you come with me or you die out there. Breathing heavily, you stared at his red eyes. Scared, confused, conflict, your name in it. You felt horrible, like you could puke if you wanted to. Thinking over every possible outcome, you thought over everything before coming to a hesitant conclusion. Fine, just please, don't get me killed by those creatures. Anything but that. Sure. Journey with Bakugou wasn't long. You were glad you reached the base safely, feeling a lot more revealed now that you weren't outside. There were two other men wearing the same uniform as Bakugou, packed with guns, bullets, and all sorts of weaponry. You didn't interact with anyone except for Bakugou. At least that was the case until someone named Midoriya approached you. Are you feeling all right, miss? He said. You flinched, but quick to respond. I'm fine, thank you. If you need anything, you can ask me, okay? You nodded, taking a quick glimpse of his emerald eyes. He smiled, walking away soon after. Oi, Yin. You can stay here while we rescue other people, Bakugou spoke, nearing your frame. You looked up, shaking your head in reproval. Have this gun with you. Don't think about hesitantly when one of those things come at you. He throws a pistol. You clumsily grab it, gazing at it for a moment. Not like any zombies can enter here, but just in case, since you're a scaredy cat, he said. You didn't feel like retorting back at his rude remark. You just bent your head down, keeping your attention on the pistol, not saying a word. You were scared, of course. You weren't lying and tell that you weren't. So you waited till he would leave. He glanced at you one last time before eventually walking away. A day passed by. And they returned, not without a bruise or cuts or just covered in dirt. Oi, Yin, come on. Timidly getting up, you made your way towards Bakugou. Sit, he demanded. You sat down opposite of him. Did you learn how to aim? He asked firmly. Was I supposed to? You said. Of course, idiot. Now, Kachan, don't be so mean towards Yin. She just got here. He said, shut up, you nerd. She needs to learn. We're here to protect her, aren't we? Don't put any pressure on her, Kachan. She has already been through enough. You don't tell me what to do. Hey, Yin, you must be hungry, right? Why don't we have something to eat with me? He said, hesitantly gripping your wrist and taking you away from the... God? Why am I yawning so much? The infuriated male. Sitting you down, you gave a polite smile. You don't have to worry about him, Yin. I'll protect you, all right? Hesitantly giving him a nod, you felt him clench your shoulder. His content hum reaching your ears. You didn't give much, though, about your intention with Midoriya, because he seemed nice and you felt like you could trust him. The next day was worse. Unfortunately, Bakugou had been bitten by one of those zombies. You were disheveled. The thought of him getting himself bitten had never crossed your mind. Considering how strong and experienced he seemed to be, the other two males didn't let you talk to him, let alone let you go near him. You could only watch as he winced in pain each moment, making you want to help him, but Midoriya didn't let you. So Yin, stay here. You don't go anywhere near him, got it? We don't know when he'll turn into one of those things, so maintain your distance, he said, grasping your arms. You peered up at him, having no other choice but to agree. Come on, let's get you prepared. We gotta leave this base, he said, taking you with him. What? Recalluding. Yeah, that's how it's spelled. Recalluding, following him. You stared at his back, a shotgun aimed, attached to his vast? I think it's supposed to be vest. It's spelled vast. Feeling your heart ache, you watched as he leads you. Days went on, every hour and every minute spent with Midoriya always by your side, not letting you go anywhere without his assistance. It was... God, I'm so sorry, guys. It was suffocating. You were glad you didn't have to worry about being bitten by zombies, but his obsession behaviors was over the top. You felt trapped and breathing seemed difficult with him and he always around you. There was another guy named Todoroki, but you weren't allowed to talk to him because of Midoriya. He'd pull you away or glance at Todoroki if he caught Todoroki staring at you. You'd feel Midoriya's hand grip your wrist tighter. It made you feel like he could break your hand if he wanted to.
Needless to say, you were horrified. Stop it, Izuku. You're leaving him behind? You shouted, but he didn't heed a word you said, busy in dragging you away from the crowd of zombies. You can't let your teammate die, Izuku. Shut up. He doesn't matter. What matters is that you're safe. I have to protect you. You struggled against his grip, not wanting anything more than to run away from him, even if it meant you'd be eaten by zombies. Within a blink of an eye, a loud shotgun is heard, and Izuku kneeled down in agony. You looked at where the sound came from, and your genuine surprise, Jojo's shot right behind you, a few distance away. Without any time given to comprehend, you are being dragged away, leaving Izuku crying in pain, holding his leg as he glanced at Todoroki, a number of the zombies approaching him from behind. Wait, you yelled. We don't have any time to wait, he replied. But Izuku, he is... Just forget about him, he yelled back. A few minutes later, both of you encased breathing heavily, Shoto shielding your vision. You looked at him, questions raising, but none leaving your mouth. Now we don't have to worry about him. Yeah, you said. Are you okay? He asked, eyeing each part of you. You nod your head. Yeah, I'm... And suddenly, Todoroki is falling towards you. You then realize that noise, the sound of a gunshot. You watched as warm blood leaked from Todoroki's head, dripping down from his face. Izuku grinned widely.